Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Sanders, and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today, we're going to take a look at Rob's Engineers collection. Rob's an engineer, and he said in his note he sent me, he said, "Well, there's not a lot of dress code for engineers." And I was thinking, well, you do need the white socks and khaki pants. So, yeah, just kidding. Um, this collection is one, I don't know why, but I really like it. And when I say I don't know why, because it's not like the watches I usually collect. But it's really a cool collection. It's just something about it. Like I said, it's something I like. The first one here is Tudor Black Bay, 41 millimeter. And this watch is a nice size. I like, it's somewhere between 38 and 42 is sort of my sweet spot with the size. And this one is a cool size. It's got a nice band, and it's just a nice clear watch. And they're fairly reasonably priced too. Now, this next one, we sort of enter into what I'll call the Omega zone or Omega zone. And the first one is this Omega Seamaster 300 Master Coaxial Chronometer. Just looking at it, I like it. I'll put it that way. It's just a nice, clean watch. It's got a black dial, and I don't dislike black dials. I just sometimes have trouble reading them, but this is nice and clear. So was the Tudor, so not a problem. Beautiful looking watch. Now, one of the things about Omega, and also too Rolex, is that the coaxial models of the Omegas have the free sprung balance. The older ones, what is it, three something, the ones that were based on, in fact, a lot of them were based on Alumina. These watches don't have the free sprung. They have the regulator balance. Both of them have their advantages and disadvantages. I've been more drawn to the free sprung balance, but that's because George Daniels likes them. Anyway, one of the things, this has got the butterfly bridge over the balance is another term that's used. There are some call them Batman bridges. And you can see that there's no regulator on the lower right down there, that you have instead, and this is a composite balance, it's not a metal balance. You can see, though, right about 1 o'clock there, 2 o'clock on that, where the balance wheel comes around, you can see the little screw. And that's basically, they have a series of those around the balance wheel, and that's how they're balanced. Again, this is another one of those watches. It's got the big arrow head on it. Omega Seamaster 300 Master Coaxial Chronometer. Right? So that's that's something. Now, this next one is one that I really like. I mean, I like these all. This is the thing, as I'm saying, well, this is not one, none of these do I have or anything quite like them, but I like them all. Give me some ideas. Now, this is a Omega Speedmaster Professional Sapphire Sandwich. All right, it's the Moonwatch Professional Chronograph 42 is the name that Omega has for it. Now, this one has a curb regulator balance in the caliber 1863 instead of the free-sprung balance. And this is probably, if I was going to get one, this is the one I'd want to get. I like being able to see the movement. This is the caliber 1863 was based on it's a Lamania based one from way back when, 60 years ago now, and it's just really a beautiful movement, and I love the watch too. I not much of a chronograph guy, but I like this one. It's just a sort of a cool looking watch with curb regulator. Okay, now this next one, here you have the Omega Speedmaster Mark II. And the Mark II has almost a, I don't know how you describe that case. I think there's probably a better name. I call it it's like a torture, turtle back kind of case to it. It's got the Racing Digital Caliber 3330, and being coaxial, it has this free sprung balance in it. They still make these, but not in this color scheme. I was looking at them, and they're very, very cool watches. I like the looks of this a lot. So, but it's sort of an old-fashioned looking one, more so than some of the, even though you can get them brand new with this basic shape to them. Now, sort of to wrap things up, there's this beautiful Breguet Type 20 Aero Naval chronograph flyback column wheel. Now this is a Breguet 582, and it's got the origin is a Lemania 1350. Maybe Rob likes the Lemania base. I don't blame him. And this has got a curb regulator, and it's automatic. This watch is just gorgeous. It's a good picture of it too. For a chronometer, this would be, to me, it's almost, we could call almost a dress chronometer. It's a beautiful watch, and Rob just really loves the thing. I don't blame him. It's a cool looking watch. Now, in looking at this, what would one recommend? Well, I was looking at all of these watches, is that, well, maybe it's something you sort of, all of them have a black dial, one I think with a dark blue dial, is that maybe just a good old simple dress watch. And there are a lot of different dress watches. Parmigiani Toric, it's a beautiful dress watch. The, what is it, the Glahuti Original. That one is got I think it's a 1966 is what they call it. Great dress watch. Very plain, very simple, beautiful looking watches. Now, I know Rob prefers these other ones, and they look great. And for an engineer, you may need a chronograph, but you already got a couple good chronographs there, 3 of them, as a matter of fact. So I think the chronograph factor is taken care of. Now, what Rob was telling me, he buys like one watch a year, and and that's a good idea. But man, I tell you, in a few years you're going to have a lot of watches, and they have pretty much a lot of similarities, and that's why I would suggest try something from another brand. I mentioned Parmigiani, Glahuti Original. Share some other places that you might want to look for good, solid, just sort of a dress watch. So anyway, let me know what you think of Rob's collection. I quite like it. And any suggestions that you might have for Rob. I know a lot of you have some real good ideas about what may go with a collection like this. And until next week, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Outside, the Art and Science of Watch Collection.